counting himself in? That's wild.
You just ruined it, Evan. Go get Trent.
Welcome, guys, to the third, maybe second. We got to talk about that later. Maybe fourth. Who knows? Probably should be third, but maybe second. We got to talk about that. Anyway, to the LETZ podcast. Today, it's more of a LET podcast. We are missing one of our valued members, Zachary. But today, we are here with...
Oh, Luke, sorry.
Evan.
And Trent.
I was saluting Zach.
Today, we have a smaller podcast. Oh, yeah. Rest in peace, fallen soldier. That's fine. He'll be back next episode.
He's not dead.
Oh, he's still with us. In spirit and
Imagine he
in a
died.
physical way.
We're replacing with another
crazy.
Z person.
We have to rename the podcast Dead, and that's it.
Well, I say we just dead.
Open auditions for anyone whose name starts with Z.
Or S.
True.
We already branded though. I think it has to be Z at this point. Anyway, today we have a small little episode for you guys. As of now, we're just gonna do one little segment that our good friend,
it's actually a big
L,
segment,
or who can also be called Luke, prepared for us, and I think it's gonna be a really good one. So stay tuned. Thanks for all the love on that last episode. It means a lot. Do we have a fan name yet? Like a name that we can call fans?
LETZers.
Ooh, I was gonna say Letzonians. That's not really short.
Let's call them single and available question mark?
Oh. You know what? You fans, you can come up with it, This is a little homework for the week. Anyway, I'm going to pass it over to Luke and start us off, Luke.
Throw your name in the chat and your number. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Trent's fiending over there. Okay, so today what we're doing is I asked these two beautiful gentlemen beside me or above me or behind me, whatever way you're looking at the cameras, their 5 favorite movies. So Trent gave me his 5 favorite, Evan gave me his 5 favorite, I gave my own 5 favorite, and I compiled a list of a bunch of random movies that we all love, and I put it into a bracket. So our job is going to be to together decide which movie deserves to be at the top of that bracket. So I'm about to share my screen here. Let's just do that right here, and we're going to go live now. So just to test, Trent, you raised your hand. Question.
Yes, so are we just going to do, this would be a different conversation if Mr. Z was here. But since there's just 3 of us, are we just going to do majority rules if we can?
Majority rules, yeah.
One? Okay, cool.
Majority rules, yeah. Well, you're going to have time to debate and talk about each of them. Some of the ones have gotten by to the second round, and some of them have not. So that's a heads up. But can you guys see the bracket right now?
Yes, sir.
Without further ado, let's jump in. It goes down a little bit, but I just don't want to spoil anything yet. So the first matchup is Star Wars: A New Hope versus Dead Poets Society.
Also, can you tell us when we go into one that is someone's favorite? Can you tell us which one's favorite that is? Just I'm going to be really curious.
I can. So,
okay.
Yes, I can. So these two were both from the IMDb Top 100 list. No one submitted either of these two.
Okay, cool.
Interesting. I thought Luke.
Wait, which Star Wars movie?
A New Hope in there.
A New Hope and then Dead Poets Society. No, I had 5 others that I really liked. A New Hope was just, I know you guys underrated it, but it was really high on the top. It was the highest. It was 15th or something. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just saying. S2. That's okay. So let's start this one, guys. I'll just ask you individually. Evan, where are you leading on this one? I think I have a guess, but...
Dead Poets Society is one of those movies where I don't know if I can ever watch it again. So to call it better than one of the most rewatchable movies of my childhood, it would be kind of blasphemous. So I'm going Star Wars on this one.
Really? Interesting. I thought you... Okay, interesting. Trent, where are you thinking?
Dead Poets Society, but I just cannot handle watching it again. Just all the emotions. No. I'm taking A New Hope.
I thought that would give you Dead Poets Society more points because you love it so much and it brings up all those emotions. But that's interesting.
Yeah.
Trent, what do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. I love my Star Wars, but again, it's a slow watch. If I watched it today and watched it again tomorrow, Star Wars: A New Hope, I'd be really bored. And I feel like I wouldn't feel that way with Dead Poets Society, but it is Star Wars, and I do enjoy that more. I only see Dead Poets Society once too. and it was recent, so I never really grew up with it. I think I'll still give it to Star Wars. Actually, I'll still give it to Star Wars.
Well, I think A New Hope's my favorite Star Wars. I think it's gonna be a clean sweep. Star Wars: A New Hope moves on.
Sick.
Next matchup, we're just gonna go down slowly here. Well,
Jeez,
got
that's a lot of buys.
I know. It's just because the formatting ended up weird. I wonder if there's another one in this. Okay, The Incredibles and Interstellar.
Oh, dude.
Oh, I feel like this would be like highly contested by people.
Well, I love Incredibles. I'm not gonna lie, but
Some people that love Incredibles.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm one of those people. Incredibles is one of the best Pixar movies ever.
some would call it incredible.
Why?
Interstellar. So I think I have to take Interstellar. This was my pick from my top 5. It's one of my favorite movies, one of the movies that got me into loving film. So it just has a special place in my heart. I got to go Interstellar on this one.
So Interstellar was Evan's pick. The Incredibles was my brother's pick. I love both of these movies actually, but I think I do like Interstellar more.
Yeah, same. I love Interstellar. I like The Incredibles, but I definitely didn't. I wasn't like an Incredibles kid, so I definitely do Interstellar. Interstellar is awesome.
Well, that was the easy round. Now we're on to the actual every round is a matchup. So, first one now, Fight Club versus A New Hope.
Ooh.
They're trying to kill my boy A New Hope, 2 matchups in a row.
I think it's gonna succeed. I think my vote might be Fight Club. I only watched Fight Club for the first time recently, but it really banged, and it also like I feel like I only saw it the once, so I feel like it would be really fun to watch it on a rewatch. So yeah, I think I would actually give it to Fight Club. My vote.
What do you think, Evan?
I'm not the biggest Fight Club fan out there. I'm not a huge fan of it. I think it's slow. I think it's dealing in themes that are either too deep or not deep enough. And I don't think the movie dissects them well enough. So I'm going Star Wars again. A New Hope is just so classic, so rewatchable, that Fight Club's like twist ending doesn't even come close to everything that came before it. And for that, Star Wars is just more consistent. I love it. So yeah.
I'm leaning Star Wars too. Trent, do you care enough about Fight Club to make more of a case, or are you willing to just accept the A New Hope beating it?
Yeah, I won't put my foot down on this one. I'll save my foot.
Trent's saving his foot
going down for later. Where did these come from, Luke? Were they?
All right, so 10 Things I Hate About You came from Evan.
No, the first the Fight Club and Star Wars.
Oh, both these were from the IMDb Top 100.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. No, none of these have been really picked by us yet, but this next one has 10 Things I Hate About You from Evan, and The Prestige, which is from the Top 100.
I didn't know that 10 Things I Hate About You would be in your top 5. Something like this, 7.
So when Luke texted and said like pick movies that we've all seen, I was like, frig. I had to go through every single movie I've ever like loved, find something that we've all watched, and we really only watched like super film bro movies together. I didn't want to seem like, oh, this guy has only watched like 2 movies in his life. You
guys only watch Interstellar.
Exactly.
Yeah, literally.
So I picked,
Fight Club.
I picked 3 really film bro movies, and then 10 Things I Hate About You is my favorite rom-com. I think it's so good. So I went with that. Yeah.
That's cool.
I still think The Prestige kind of clears though, yeah.
Is that the one with Okay, yes, I haven't seen this one.
Oh.
I have not seen The Prestige. So, my vote is 10 Things I Hate About You.
Let's go.
Okay, Evan, you're still sticking with 10 Things I Hate About You?
Of course I am, yeah.
I would love to make a case for The Prestige, but because Trent hasn't watched it, I think that becomes marketably harder. Okay, this is a first matchup of 2 that we've picked. So I picked The Dark Knight, and then Trent picked Star Wars: Revenge of the Sith.
Dang.
So I don't know. Maybe we should make our cases, Trent, because I bet you and I care deeply about this one. But maybe I'll let you make your case first.
And I'll admit, like, this is a great pairing because both these movies fire on all cylinders, and they're also great. Like, I don't know if we should be considering like the whole rewatch thing in this, Like, I don't know. That's where I go straight to.
I think we
which one would
should.
you want to watch more back to back? And both of these are so rewatchable. I think. Like, I think you get so much fun from both of them. But yeah, Revenge of the Sith. I'm sorry, there's definitely a bias there, and that's probably the main reason I'm saying Revenge of the Sith.
That's your
Because it's awesome.
case, eh?
Yeah, no, it is because they're both awesome, and I would definitely like sit down and watch them a bit.
They're both awesome. I wouldn't blame you for picking the wrong choice, Evan. But Dark Knight has probably one of the greatest, if not the greatest, one of the greatest acting performances in all time. In not Christensen's, in in the Joker. I forget the actor's name, but
the greatest what though? What did you say?
Like one of the greatest acting performances, if not the greatest.
Interesting. Okay.
In the Joker, I would argue the greatest on-screen villain. Definitely my favorite. I think an astounding role. Not to mention, before the Batman, because I know Trent's stance on the Batman, this was the end-all, be-all for Batman content. I think seldom has done Batman greater than this movie. I think it does a really good job of portraying the themes of the character. The two-boat scene especially sticks out in my mind, but for my money, this is the best straight-up comic book movie there is, and so I think it has to beat Star Wars. But you're the tiebreaker, Evan, so I yield to your opinion here, I guess.
Yeah, dude, this one is really tough because this is both like Batman's my favorite superhero, and Star Wars is like just, of course, near and dear to my heart. I'm not alone or unique in that, but it's just this is like my childhood fighting each other right now, and it's tough, dude. I will say, Dark Knight, I love the Batman more, so it's not my favorite Batman movie, but neither is Revenge of the Sith is not my favorite Star Wars movie. So I feel like they're fairly evenly matched on that. We already have a Star Wars content moving on, so maybe I'm leaning more towards the Dark Knight. But
yeah, I like that. I like that.
Hold on. The Dark Knight, Batman is the most boring aspect of that, and that is something Nolan and Bale said they didn't want to do, is like be overshadowed by the villains, and Heath Ledger just runs circles around Bale in that movie. So maybe I'm leaning towards Revenge of the Sith. But I think I'm gonna have to go.
It's best Star Wars movie. Keep in mind.
Heath Ledger's performance is
Pinnacle.
The reason why Box Circles are the best performance ever.
Think about Hayden in that movie.
Hayden is not that good, dude.
Think about Padme.
Oh, dude. I gotta go Dark Knight.
Yes, thank
what
you,
are you
Evan.
doing?
Oh,
What are you
yes,
doing?
thank you. I was so worried Trent was going to turn you to the dark side there. Oh my goodness. Oh, thank the Lord.
So ridiculous.
That was tough.
Okay.
That's ridiculous.
So sorry,
we have another matchup against people. Trent goes in the blender. It's Everything Everywhere All at Once against Heat.
And I said Everything Everywhere All at Once, and then Evan said
sorry, I should clarify that. yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Everything Everywhere All at Once. 100%. That movie is the best theater experience I've ever had. I had it with my good friend. I don't know if I should say his name, but I'll call him Math Penguin for those who know. And anyway, we went from tears to laughing our heads off in like 5 minutes, like in between. Like that movie, I don't know. It's perfect with its emotional hits. And it's so weird that it works. Like, I don't know how you can laugh at Sausage Fingers and then going into the continuation of that same part of that scene to crying later. Like, I think it works beautifully. I think it's also great on rewatches. Yeah, and I'm a little late to the game, but when I think of like films and movies that make me love films and movies, I think of this one just because it was such a sick moment, and that's when I got more into it. That's when I met Evan, and he kind of showed me more into movies and stuff. So no, Everything Everywhere All at Once clears. I love it. Heat's good. Love me some Heat. Pretty fire, but it's not lava. It's not like perfect.
Great metaphor.
Yeah, Everything Everywhere All at Once is really good. Really, really good. But Heat is like a prime example of technical filmmaking at its peak. the commitment to using the real sound of gunshots. You feel like you're getting friggin' punched in the chest every time you watch that, dude. You have one of the greatest Al Pacino performances, and Robert De Niro doing this really like stoic, inside himself man. It's just, it's two of the greatest actors of their generation, of all time, actually, going head to head. And it's just like such a sight to see. And only Michael Mann could have like brought them together in that way. And I'm a huge Mann stan, so I'm a little biased, but like, man, he's the man. He's the man.
Man stan.
What they say.
Did Eminem write that song for him, or was that a different thing?
Credits on those.
Here's where I'm at, guys. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I've always found Heat a little long, and I love Everything Ever All at Once, but I also think it's a little overrated. So I kind of think I can't decide, because I think to me they are both in a similar tier where they're not my favorites. If anything, I find Everything Everywhere is funnier than Heat, which gives a little bit of an edge to me. I don't know. Any defense for that, Evan? Or
okay, the scene where Al Pacino improvises, talking about.
You are not going to argue that Heat is funnier than Everything Everywhere All
No,
at Once.
I'm not arguing that it's funny.
Okay.
There's this one scene. Al Pacino feels like he's on coke the entire movie.
She got a great ass.
And so whenever he improvises a line, it's so like intense and out of pocket that it's hilarious.
And you got your head all the way up it.
So as a whole, no, the movie is not nearly as funny. But anytime there is humor, it hits, and it hits hard.
yeah, I guess like part of me too, and maybe they can dispute this. I find Heat feels like Everything Ever All at Once felt like it kind of was something so new to me, and Heat feels like it's like another gangster movie to me sometimes. You know?
Maybe I don't think it's a gangster movie. I think it's more channeling like French films from the 60s, some new wave action, some silent films. I think he's channeling a lot more than like a Martin Scorsese gangster pick or an early Tarantino movie. Like I think he's more interested in the motivations than like the actual plot.
I think that's fair. I think right now I'm leaning Everything Ever All at Once. I'm sorry, Evan. I know that's like your favorite movie, but
that hurts.
you'll get back in the margins.
What's,
Saving Private Ryan or Seven?
were these anybody's?
No, these are both from the top 100.
I did consider putting Seven. It was a huge debate, but again, I didn't want to be too
Film
front
bro.
rowy, so
I do love Seven. I also, however, Saving Private Ryan is either tied for or my favorite war movie. What are you guys thinking? I do think we can still care about this one, because to me these are pretty even. Like Seven, I also thought about, but I'm not gonna lie, Saving Private Ryan also came into my head.
Well, do you have an opinion? You want to go first, Luke?
Yeah, sure. I think I like Saving Private Ryan more. I think, like, without going into it, I thought it was just going to be a stereotypical war movie. Spielberg does something in that movie that I just think is unmatched. That being said, my first time watching Seven, I think it was so good. I don't know. I think I slightly lean Saving Private Ryan, but Seven is, I wouldn't be mad if you guys ended up picking that one.
Seven was pretty awesome. I do love me some Tom Hanks. I think I'm gonna have to give it Saving Private Ryan.
Yes.
I love watching that. It's one of those movies that would go on. It would be on TV quite a bit, and if I saw it there, like I couldn't help but watch it from wherever it was to the very end. Like it's such a great movie. It's so awesome. That beginning is awesome. John Williams is the score, and it's flipping amazing. The opening to that movie. Fantastic. Anyway, yeah, no, I'm definitely giving it Saving Private Ryan while I talk about it.
on Seven, I do really like Saving Private Ryan. I don't think it's the best war movie. I think it is really, really good. It makes.
What would you give your favorite? What would you give your favorite army movie?
Wait, can I guess? Can I guess it before Evan says it?
Go for it.
Is it mine? Is it Hacksaw Ridge?
No, but that's a really good one.
Oh, really? I love Hacksaw. Okay, what's yours?
It's fair.
Include All Wars. Be Star Wars, but you know.
I've seen Apocalypse Now.
You've seen Apocalypse?
Wait, no, I didn't. No, I saw Full Metal Jacket. Sorry.
Yeah, Full
I saw
Metal
Full Metal
Jacket's also
Jacket,
really
I'm thinking
good.
of.
Not as good as Saving Private Ryan, but
He saw Apocalypse later. Okay, so
Really good.
I think no, good joke, right? I think we can move on from that one. That's unfortunate though. Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, or Raiders of the Lost Ark. So for context, Raiders of the Lost Ark was Evan's pick. LOTR was a top 100, the first.
Okay.
Now I guess I'll go first
Yeah, go
if that's
for
okay
it.
with you guys.
Yeah.
I love both these movies. Evan and I were just talking about how Raiders, like Indiana Jones as a whole, is probably the epitome of an action franchise that we love, and Harrison Ford has to be my favorite like classical action star. That being said, Lord of the Rings was going to be my fifth pick if I didn't pick something else. So I think I have to be a homer. Return of the King makes me cry every time with Sam. I think it's phenomenal. So that's my pick. Who's going next, guys?
Go ahead, Trent, because we know my answer already. Like, I picked this one, so.
Well, I know Trent's answer too. Frick.
Yeah, I'm not a what do people call Lord of the Rings fans? Ringhead?
I think we're just called Lord of the Rings fans.
Yeah.
We're called
Okay,
intelligent.
I'm no Lord of the Rings fan. And this is the third one, right?
Yeah.
This is the second time or third time that the Rohans come and save the day, right? That happens in this
my
one,
goodness,
I think, right?
This guy.
Anyway, no, this is why we don't talk about that.
No, we
Yeah,
do. They don't save the day, you frog. Oh my goodness.
They do. We talked about this last time.
They join the fight, yes, but they don't save
And
the
who
day.
Thank you, Evan. Thank you. They joined the fight. If anything, the ghost army that Aragorn brings plays a bigger part.
Don't they stop halfway through?
No, the ghosts like are the ones who finish off the army, but then they're set free. They don't go to Mordor, but they save Minas Tirith.
So they stop halfway through.
No, this guy.
Dude, Sam
no.
Sam
saved
and
the day.
Frodo saved the day.
Yeah.
Someone just call Rohan. They save the day every day.
Okay, but the first time it's people he exiled, like the King of Rohan. He exiled people. They come and save the day despite the fact that they were exiled. And then all of Rohan goes to Minas Tirith. And they don't even save the day. It's the ghosts. Like, I'd argue that no one saves the day. They were going to win the fight, especially when Rohan and the ghosts join. But they were going to win the fight. So,
especially when Rohan was up, like you said.
I would argue
Anyway,
Evan. It wasn't an army. It was definitely Sam and Frodo who saved the day. But that's okay. Yeah, it's the whole point of the movie. Yeah, it's the whole point of the whole trilogy. But yeah, it's okay.
it's fine. You can ignore that, though, Trent. That's fine. Whatever.
Yeah. I just want fans.
Yeah,
I just want nerds to know where Trent stands on Lord of the Rings because he's a hater, like a massive hater.
I need to watch them without anyone else in the room with me, so I can actually sit there and take it. And I'm not watching no theatric version. I need to like the normal version first.
Yeah.
No. Sorry, yes. Sorry, that's what I meant. I don't want to watch the extended because I need to just sit there and
watch the extended first.
enjoy. No,
Yes.
because they were popular before the extended version came out, right?
Yes, but like the
People love the theatric versions, right?
Anyone who is a Lord of the Rings fan would watch the extended before they would watch the theatrical.
Okay, I'm not a Lord of the Rings fan though.
Doesn't matter. Anyone who cares enough to watch Lord of the Rings should watch the extended ones.
Anyway, I just need to sit down and watch a version. It'll probably just be the regular one, but anyway, Raiders of the Lost Ark every day. I think it's. Yeah. I totally agree with you guys. It's like the pinnacle. The movie itself is like the pinnacle action adventure movie. It works on so many levels. It's so raw. I watched a video that kind of went through it, and just how dirty and gritty that Indiana gets, and then how many real spiders and snakes are just on him, and it's a beautiful movie.
The sweat.
So rewatchable
like
too. So rewatchable.
And so rewatchable. It's so funny.
Oh, he's such a greasy man.
You guys could not be making this sound more gay than you are currently. It's fighting grease, the rawness, the physicality of his character.
Where he takes his shirt off.
His big bulge. His guns.
Yeah. His
like,
guns.
dog, what the frick?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm excited to wax poetic about that movie later, too. It's going to have a tough matchup in the next round, but okay. We have another matchup. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse versus Parasite. For context, I selected Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and Parasite was a top 100 pick.
So I'm not the biggest Parasite fan. I think it's okay. I've talked at length, probably to these guys, about how it's not even really a parasitical relationship in the movie that they're depicting. It is a symbiotic. They are leeching off of each other, meaning they are benefiting off of each other, meaning it is a symbiotic relationship. So that alone is like you named your movie wrong. And I think it's just not that deep. It's not that deep. The second he introduces like a third level, I'm out, dude. I'm out. So I am going Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse because that movie is freaking phenomenal.
I watched Parasite. I think it was shortly after it was added on Crave, right? I believe it's on Crave. And is it on Crave?
It's on Netflix, yeah.
I think it was Crave, just Crave for a long time, though. I think, but maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, and yeah, I thought it was like I thought it was great, but I definitely never got the hype that it did receive. I didn't think it was that epic or anything. I would love to rewatch it. But anyway, so with that said, I would definitely say I'm definitely gonna say Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. That movie slaps. It's awesome. I think that started like a new age for animated movies in a way. I think we've seen a lot of movies that kind of have copied that style. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'd say that style. And it's not like a copy one for one, but you can just tell like it's kind of inspired by the animation in that movie, or even just how emotional that movie is. So yeah, I would definitely say that one.
Yeah, I'd tend to agree. Obviously, I picked Spider-Man in the Spider-Verse. I'd love to I'm going to wax poetic about it later. For now, I just want to say something about Parasite, because I agree with Trent and Evan. I think it's overrated. It's not bad. I didn't find it bad, at least, but I did find, like Trent said, I didn't get the hype of this movie. I thought it was very just okay. Bong Joon-ho, more like, I can't think of anything, so that's my bad. I'm just going to move on.
Great director. Like, you can tell it's directed really well.
Good director.
Yeah, and really well. And also, I'm not a spooky movie guy. This one gave me the heebie-jeebies when those guys' eyes come over the stairs.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Good scene.
Okay.
Good scene.
Next matchup. One of them was mine. One of them was my brother's pick. Lego Movie versus The Princess Bride.
This is a
Which was yours, Luke?
matchup, dude.
I was gonna say, it seems like a pretty fitting matchup, actually. Yeah. Can I go about the Lego Movie first? Actually, can I go first?
Yeah.
Thank you. I deeply love both these movies. My brother said The Princess Bride. I said it has to be on this bracket because I think it's amazing. I can quote it 9 days till Sunday. All of that being said, Lego Movie, if anything, is a critical part of who I am as a person at this point. I think bar for bar, beat for beat, I've never seen a funnier movie. I think there's so many throwaway lines that just have so much humor to it. The story is so simple, but it was made for youth, it was made for kids, and so because that it works so well. But I think adults can have a great time in the theater. I loved it when I went. I still love it now. Good cop, bad cop is some of the funniest stuff to happen. Every Superman and Green Lantern joke in that movie, he's like hilarious. The Batman stuff, oh my goodness. I literally, okay, not gonna lie, I was gonna put the Lego Movie and the Lego Batman movie in my top 5. But I decided against it. That being said, Batman in this movie is phenomenal. Do you guys remember the part where they're on the ship, they're on the, they need to escape, and they're like, it's not like a hyperdrive is going to come out of nowhere. And then the Millennium Falcon just pops up, and they steal the hyperdrive. Like, stuff like that. Yeah. It's just so infused of humor. That being said, Princess Bride is also infused of humor. So, I think Lego Movie is the funniest movie ever. I think it deserves our respect, and it's my pick. But someone else go.
So, yeah, Lego Movie is so funny. It's very, very hilarious. And I haven't seen Lego Movie Part 2. Mainly because the first Lego Movie kind of feels like it's all about being unique and who you are and all that kind of stuff. And I feel like the second you talk about that more, you add to it or whatever in a part 2, you're actively like going back on what you said in the first one. So I'm not going to say having a second one ruins the first one, but some of the uniqueness and the originality is like gone. So that being said, Princess Bride is one of those movies I would watch when like I was homesick from school, because the whole like thing is that his grandfather's reading to him from a book when he's homesick from school. So anytime I was homesick from school, I watched Princess Bride. So that just has a really special place. And I think it's so funny, and it's quotable, like so much more quotable than the Lego Movie is.
Oh, hard disagree.
Nah.
Hard disagree.
I don't have any huge attachment to any of these movies. Princess Bride, I maybe watched it once. And like when growing up, I always got this and Princess Diaries mixed up.
That's wild.
One
That's
literally
terrible,
you'd say
dude.
one, and I would think of the other, no matter what it was. So that's a factor for sure. Lego
No,
Movie
I'm gonna go Kendrick I, dude. That's a hateable offense to mix up those movies.
Isn't that crazy? I told someone that. I think it might have even been Evan originally, and he was very surprised.
Yes, you've told me that before, and every time I hear that,
Yeah, I thought so.
want to unhear it.
Yeah, that's wild. Okay, keep going though. Sorry.
Who am I gonna give it to? Lego Movie's great. Like it's a lot of fun. Emmett's hilarious. I really like Emmett in it. Pratt's pretty awesome.
I know you're.
The animation is
terrible person.
awesome. I will say that.
Yeah,
I think the animation, like they kept it very Lego-y, while also being able to like do more than just like this. So no, yeah, I'll give it to Lego Movie.
Yeah.
I do want to say though, Princess Bride is phenomenal, and to
It's
Evan's point,
fun.
it's probably the second most cool movie I know, and it's also hilarious. Like, love, true love, marriage.
Oh,
Marriage is what
Dude.
brings us. You see, I can quote it by you, dude. What the frig?
there's so
I'm just
many I
kidding.
missed.
Marriage is what brings us here together today. Okay, we've got a pretty baller matchup ahead. Evan's probably shaking his
no.
boots. Or Trent's probably shaking his boots. Green Mile,
Oh.
which is Trent's favorite movie, versus Whiplash, which is, I think all of us love this movie. But Trent, make your case for Green Mile, dude.
Oh, I hate you guys. I know you're not gonna say Green Mile, but I love Green Mile. It's
I'm
the
with-
best movie ever. It's pretty rare that I cry at movies now, and I'm to the point where like if I'm really sad but I still don't cry, I feel like the movie didn't do its job because I know I should be crying, which I know is a problem for me. I know that's a me thing that I need to get over, but that's just how I feel because this movie wrecked me. I was home alone. I don't think I missed school, but I was just home by myself for some reason, sitting in my mom's big red it was very soft velvet maybe couch chair, sorry, big chair, and I was crisscross applesauce, and I was just hunched over like this, crying like a baby. Oh my gosh, it wrecked me. It's the best movie ever. I love it. I think it's even rewatchable. I know it's long, but I think it's still rewatchable just because of how awesome the characters are. There's just straight up villains in it, and there's just straight up heroes in it, and it's just beautiful. Whiplash is great. I'm not going to even say anything bad about Whiplash because I do like it a lot. Green Mile is the best. Go Green Mile. And Tom Hanks. Love me Tom. Oh, Tom Hanks. That's for you. Still alive.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I can vote for any Stephen King property, considering he's American. No, I'm just joking.
Oh my gosh.
You want to go next, Evan, or do you want me to go next?
You can go.
I mean, Whiplash, dude. Do. Okay, that's. I know I said that like Heath Ledger's Joker is the greatest villain of all time. If anyone would rival him, it's the villain of Whiplash. So I cannot remember the name of. Evan, you want to help me out? Fletcher. So good. Not my tempo. I literally say that all the time.
Not my tempo.
Not my tempo.
Your
Not my
opinion
tempo.
is not my tempo.
Yeah, your mom
Throw a
is my
symbol at
tempo.
your head. A chair?
Whoa.
Was he actually? Yeah, I think he says someone threw a symbol at someone, but he actually threw a chair, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think in terms, this movie to me is pretty much. It's like Heat to me, where it's perfect. It's like the reason I find Heat a little long. Whiplash, I just find is a tight. It works so well on every level. It's great. It hooks you. The character work is awesome. The villain is awesome. The main character is kind of like he's kind of not a great person either, but you can really get to cheer for him, which I think is a really strong tell of a good director and good movie. The ending is really. I really enjoy the ending. I really enjoy the scene. Spoiler alert, if you don't want a spoiler. I really enjoy the scene where he gets hit by the car and he keeps going. I think it does such a good job of portraying this obsessed character. So I'm sorry, Trent. I know Green Mile is like your favorite movie ever, but Whiplash has to be my vote. But your turn, Evan.
Yeah, so my
Go,
favorite
Will.
movie didn't move on, so I don't want anyone's. So I'm going with... No, I'm just kidding. Green Mile's amazing. It's so good. I cry like a baby. But Whiplash, man, just you're clenched. Your booty hole is clenched for almost 2 hours, and it doesn't let up. It's so good. It's just, yeah, gotta go Whiplash.
Trent, how are you feeling
Go,
after
Will.
the Green Mile defeat?
Disgraceful. So upset. But like, I'm glad it's Whiplash because if anything was gonna beat it, I guess. Like, Whiplash
I mean,
is great again.
It would have lost
but
to La La Land in the
it's-
third round, but
Oh my gosh, I would have been livid if it lost to La La Land. That would have been so
It should be.
silly. Oh my gosh.
yes, Evan. Thank you. Okay, never mind.
Well,
But
I guess
first,
we'll never know. I guess we'll never know. I guess
we'll find out in a sec here.
I was gonna say
Forrest
something.
Gump?
No,
sorry.
Whiplash. Was that Evans then, or is that just IMDb?
That was actually a random one. That was none of us
Okay,
picked
cool.
Whiplash.
Yeah.
But I think all of us would have had Whiplash bordering our top 5.
Yeah, it would have been close.
Like it could have very easily drummed its way into my top 5.
Nice.
Thanks. I was trying to think of something more clever, but I just said the word drum. Okay, Forrest Gump versus La La Land. Now, no one picked Forrest Gump. I picked La La Land.
I was also close to picking La La Land, dude. I was very...
Going back to Trent's point about Green Mile making me cry, La La Land's one of the few movies that gets me to cry every single time. The ending, I think, is so powerful and so pertinent. It's such a... I just use those two words. It's such a great statement, I think, on what true love looks like. And how... Like, I think a lot of rom-coms and romance movies have this tendency to kind of place the relationship ahead of everything. Like our characters will... that trope where it's like that you see everywhere, like the hometown girl leaves her longtime boyfriend for this new town boy after 5 minutes, like at the ice cream shop together. Like that's a very common thing in movies.
No,
but
I've never seen it. Have you seen what he just said?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, she'll like quit her high-paying lawyer job because she really wants to do like small-term, like...
she wants to farm.
Little people, like, I don't know. It's just, yeah.
Her boyfriend accepts her the whole time while she's leaving him. Anyway. So, also, I think underrated, like, Ryan Gosling. So I think the ending is phenomenal. I think the movie takes me to another world, to be honest. Like, the music and the setting, when they're in the observatory, a lonely night. Ryan Gosling, this movie made me love Ryan Gosling, so I could say enough about this movie. I'm excited to see it versus Whiplash. It's going to be a powerhouse matchup, but my vote's La La Land. Trent, what do you think?
Yeah, my vote will be Forrest Gump. I went to La La Land once, and when I saw it, it was very late at night. So these could all be factors, and I admit that. But when I watched it, I was very excited to. I did not feel any of the things you just listed, Luke. Like, I didn't think it was that powerful. I wasn't anywhere as close to crying. I did enjoy it. And I've since listened to some of the score actually recently, and the score is flipping amazing. That first song is really, really good. But yeah, I just didn't feel any of the stuff that seemingly everyone else has felt. So I need to rewatch it. I know that. Forrest Gump, I've loved it since day one. I think it's awesome. I think it's a sick adventure. I think it's funny. I'm also just a Tom Hanks sucker, as you can tell at this point. But yeah, Forrest Gump is my vote. But we'll see how long that lasts. Go, Evan.
Yeah, no, I am not a big Forrest Gump guy. I think it trivializes a lot of like major American events just for, oh, isn't it funny that Forrest was there for that? And I think it's paced terribly. I think a lot of its emotion is like, it really hinges.
Wait, what would you want from it then? If like, because Forrest Gump is supposed to be, it's supposed to be a funny movie. You'll agree?
I think
Bubba Gump Shrimp.
There are funny moments.
What'd you say, Luke?
Bubba Gump Shrimp.
I don't know. I think first and foremost, it's trying to be kind of a drama. I think it's a funny drama, but it's definitely not like a comedy. You know?
No, I agree.
Yeah.
But I just wanted you so what would you want then? Because you wouldn't want it to be like this funny character when we're following him through all these events, but then these events themselves are serious, which I would argue they still are. Like even the people that he encounters throughout the whole thing are very serious about what they're in right now.
Yes, I don't know. It just when you're like going through Wikipedia page retelling of major American events during like the 60s, 70s, and 80s too, maybe. But
I want to jump to your defense there a little bit. I do think it trivializes the Vietnam War, at least. I mean, what's is his name? Gumpy? I don't remember his name. What's his name? Bubba, sorry. Bubba is deaf. I know it's like sad, but the whole kind of like my recollection is that whole kind of period is played for a jokish. Even like the civil rights movement isn't given the gravity it deserves, I feel like, in the film.
Were you expecting that though?
Well, like you
I
said,
still
it's not
argue
a.
that the people he encountered were taking this situation very seriously. Like at the first time when we see his friend who loses his legs later, Dan, Lieutenant Dan.
yep.
When we see him at first, like he's very like serious about what's happening around him. Like he's through and through a general, a lieutenant, whatever his Lieutenant Dan, yeah, lieutenant. He was very serious about what did, and also like I think it was like he was of military family or something. Anyway, like that was very serious. And then the civil rights thing, like are you talking about when he was like didn't he go into a room and it was full of I'm not remembering the movie correctly right now, but I just feel like all the people that he was encountering, like of course him himself wouldn't be a serious character to base those events off of, but the people that he was encountering were very serious about it, I would argue.
Yes, like a lot of the people he encounters, maybe, but the fact that he is our main character and he is essentially not him making fun of it, but there are jokes made out of it because he's just an inherently silly character, I think that's a mishandle of the respect that it deserves. I think you could do something different. You didn't even have to tell that part of the story at all. Like Forrest Gump can exist without having to be at a civil rights protest. Like I think it's a weird direction for the story to go. No?
I would like to jump in. I do actually love Forrest Gump also. I think I wouldn't agree with everything you're saying there, Evan. I just think the Vietnam War in particular, it seemed, but Trent does make a good point. Dan, I think even Dan kind of deals with almost like PTSD later when he's on the boat. So you do see a little bit of that. I guess I do wish there was like a little more.
I don't know, but the movie is already 2 hours and 20 minutes, and I would not want a second more, dude. It overstays its welcome. It's
that I'd hard disagree on that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I think it moves through them at a great pace.
No.
One of the faster 2 hour movies, I would actually think for myself.
I would agree. And the little interjections of Jenny, like it's just, I like it a lot.
You guys ever see the Family Guy joke where it's like at the end of the movie, Jenny comes up to Forrest and he's like, "It's all right, Jenny. Now I will have your AIDS, baby." It's Forrest saying that because she literally left him till he was at his deathbed and she contracted a sexual disease and then she came back to him. That's kind of wild. What the heck, Jenny?
She's a villain. Like, yeah.
All my homies hate Jenny.
I'd agree with that.
Give me your best. Give me your best. Life's like a. Give me your best run. Give me your best Forrest quote, Trent, and then Evan, and then we'll move on.
I'm not good with quotes. I'm just gonna steal the one you just said. Life's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
I like it. Your turn, Evan.
I was running.
Oh, no, that's so much better.
It was. Evan also did a much better job with the accent. No shots fired there, Trent, but you kind of butchered that.
I thought it was good. Shoot.
Okay, next matchup.
Yeah, next matchup.
Social Network, which is Evan's pick, and Pulp Fiction, which is a top 100 pick.
Again, one of those movies that made me realize like what film could be. It's telling like this very dramatic story, and it hits every single beat very, very fast. They're talking so fast. The script is 160 odd pages for a 2 hour movie, which is crazy. They're just throwing dialogue at you so fast that you kind of get like whiplash from it. Like you get so invested in it and so into it. And that's just the script. That's Aaron Sorkin at like his peak. But then you also have David Fincher, who is such like this acute visual stylist that like every scene you get is so like tailor made to what that scene needs to be. I mean, it's documented the amount of takes he has to do. He's such a perfectionist that you would expect nothing less from that movie, and it just opened my eyes to what film is and could be. Pulp Fiction is also really good. Pulp Fiction is one of those ones. It genuinely revolutionized dialogue as well. Kind of brought nonlinear storytelling into the medium in a way it hadn't been used before. It is also revolutionary. I just don't think it's my favorite Tarantino, and Social Network is my favorite Fincher. So it just is in this matchup. Social Network wins.
Yeah, I mean, I'm more of an X guy, and I think Elon Musk prefers Pulp Fiction. So no, I'm just kidding. I've actually never loved Pulp Fiction. I think it's good, but it's not nearly my favorite Tarantino. There's a lot of stuff in it that I don't love, but I do love. So I would also go Social Network. Long story short, what are you thinking, Trent?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Social Network too. Just quick Pulp Fiction. I think it's. I struggle with movies that are just kind of. A lot of it depends on vibe. I think Pulp Fiction is the best that does that. I really liked it when I saw it last, and did we see this one in theaters when it was in?
We didn't see it together. We didn't get a chance to.
But I think.
We did.
Okay, but I'm pretty sure the last time I saw it was in theater, and it was an awesome experience. So I have a lot more respect for Pulp Fiction now. Social Network, I think its dialogue is awesome. I think it's the best movie for that. Like if you ever wanted to watch a movie just to see how good dialogue looks, I think it's definitely Social Network. And thank you, Evan, for showing me this great movie.
Of course, dude. It's my pleasure.
Wow.
And also, I think it's casted fantastically.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I think I casted sick.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah. Jesse Eisenberg should be the next Lex Luthor.
Dude, he was actually a good Lex Luthor. He was a good Lex Luthor.
Oh!
No, that's a hard take. That's a hot
That's
take.
crazy. That's absolutely crazy.
No, dude, that's actually terrible. I hard disagree. He
No.
was not good as Lex Luthor.
Nicholas Hoult will do a good job, but at its core, Jesse Eisenberg is my Lex Luthor. Easy.
I want my Lex Luthor to be a black man. I want Michael B. Jordan.
Okay.
He's bald.
Okay.
Sorry.
He'd do awesome. A little laugh. What do you have something against the MPJ dude?
Anyway.
You would okay. Sorry. Megamind versus I spelled Shawshank wrong, but it's Shawshank Redemption. My pick. I put Megamind in Shawshank Redemption.
Megamind was in the top 100, right? It's a good movie.
No. Yeah. Shawshank Redemption was in the top. It's Shawshank Redemption, according to IMDb, is the #1 rated movie ever. So it's a fun fact for you. Yeah. Because I put Megamind, I'll make the case. So far, if you hadn't noticed, I've put in all animated movies with the exception of La La Land. I love animated movies. I think Megamind is hilarious. I love the story. I think it plays on the superhero trope really well. It was between this and the Lego Batman movie, and I already had the Lego movie, so I picked Megamind. I'll defend it more if I feel like it's being encroached upon, but we'll see what you guys have to say. So who wants to go next?
Both of these are great. Megamind. I think I watched that at the Boys and Girls Club a lot. I think that's where my main memory of that movie comes from. And it's really awesome. And I'll definitely agree with you, Luke. I think it plays the superhero trope really, really well. Really, really interesting way that it does it. But Shawshank, every day of the week. It's awesome. It's a great movie. I think it's also a great one to be #1, just because I think it's really, really watchable and really accessible and awesome. And it's also the pinnacle dad movie. If you talk to any dad out there, he's gonna say my favorite movie is Shawshank Redemption, and it's my father's favorite movie. Actually, it's actually Good Will Hunting.
If I could interject, it's not like the most watchable movie. I mean, you have the whole man rape thing in there. There's some awkward scenes. Yeah, I wouldn't like recommend this to a 7-year-old. You know.
Oh, I would.
I'll give you that.
Megamind, on the other hand, Megamind's all accessible to everyone.
Okay.
Hold on, are we going by what we would recommend to children? Because I feel like
I'm just saying accessible. No one can't watch Megamind unless you have something against blue people.
I feel like everyone that is of age and should watch it would enjoy it, is what I meant. There's another word that I can't think of right now, but it's just very great. So yeah, my vote's Shawshank Redemption.
You mean Shawshank?
Shawshank. Also, what's his name? Tim something.
Tim
Main
Robbins.
guy. Tim Robbins is also fantastic. I actually I shouldn't say that. I've only seen him in this, but I've recently been watching Silo, which we need to talk about that later, Luke. And he's awesome. He plays. Should I say this? Oh, okay, spoiler for Silo.
Go ahead.
Skip for 15.
No, I want to watch Silo, please.
Okay, awesome. Never mind. Anyway, he's awesome in that series too. So he's an awesome actor. I love him. I'm done now. Shawshank Redemption. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, you go first, Evan.
Yeah, Megamind is fun. It's cool.
Oh,
I like
I hate you.
Megamind.
I know where this is going.
Dude,
Shut your
no
mouth.
way Megamind was gonna
Greg,
win.
There's no way.
Oh my
100%.
God.
As soon as we saw this, like.
But I do like.
No way, you guys are too. Oh my goodness.
No,
okay, sorry, keep going. I want to interrupt. Keep going.
I love you, Random Citizen. Is so funny. I crack up every single time. It is a good movie. Shawshank, dude. Is Shawshank. Like, you can't go wrong. It's not my
Girls don't
favorite
dig
movie.
clowns. They dig bouncy castles. Jonah Hill, dude. Jonah Hill.
Oh, yeah. No, he's good in it, but.
The man who made Kanye like Jews is in this movie, and you're just gonna disrespect it.
I'll raise you, Luke. I'll raise you, Morgan Freeman. So drop the mic.
They have black people in Megamind too.
Who?
No, I'm just kidding. I don't actually know. Maybe the alien. Oh no,
Maybe
the aliens.
That's wild.
The aliens
Salted
played by
fish,
the
I
guy
think.
from the alien fish is played by the guy from Arrested Development.
Tony Hale. Or not Tony Hale.
No.
I don't
The
know.
guy who plays Ian in Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Yeah.
I just wanted to bring
Really?
up his. Yeah. David Cross. Oh yeah. Morgan
so,
Freeman though is phenomenal in that movie.
Yeah.
Sorry, and it will move on.
And like Trent said, it's a valid number one pick. Like, it's not my favorite. It's everyone's dad's favorite. So I feel like it's just a solid number one. Like, no one is mad that Shawshank is like the top movie of all time because it's just duh, you know?
Yeah, that's true. I'm just glad Megamind made it as far as Heat and Green Mile. That's all I have to say.
Oh my goodness, dude, that is crazy.
From a buy. From a buy.
Pirates of the Caribbean versus No Country for Old Men.
I'm gonna go
Brent?
real quick because I
You
picked
pick
Pirates
Pirates?
of the Caribbean. Pick No Country.
No one picked No Country. It was one of the
was
top
close.
100.
I was that close,
Okay.
dude.
I've never seen No Country for Old Men.
That's
It's on
why
my
I didn't
list.
pick it.
I'm gonna try to watch it soon. But yeah, Pirates of the
Oh, I
Caribbean.
thought you had.
It's really. No, I never have. It's awesome. I love that movie. It's growing up. I was a huge Star Wars kid. So if you ask me like what my favorite movies were, I'd say Star Wars. But I'd probably say like Pirates of the Caribbean. Curse of the Black Pearl was like my favorite movie. Period. Growing up, I love it. Super rewatchable. The action in that is awesome. The action in all the Pirates movies is fantastic. There's a video. Luke, you might have sent me this video too, but there's a video on how Pirates does the whole physical joke really well. So they'll have like a joke that's infused into some sort of physical aspect of the scene. If that's like people fighting, or the perfect example is the wheel in the second movie.
I did send you that clip. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I think you sent it to me. No, is that the? No, I'm pretty sure it's the second one. And there's just so much humor in that, but it's built within the scene, and it's something that other people, Marvel, can't really create as well. So yeah. Anyway, it's clears. Love you, Johnny Depp.
I honestly, this would have been a dogfight for me. I love both these movies deeply. I think Pirates is really underrated almost because of how good it is. But No Country for Old Men. If Trent had watched that, I think it could have made it really far. But I think I'm gonna have to go Pirates, partially because Trent had watched No Country, and I think I might have picked Pirates anyway. It would have been up in the air for me. So, your turn.
You think I would have said No Country?
I think it would have been. I think it would. I'm saying it would have been closer because I partially want to. I don't want one to move on that not all of us seen. But I think.
Okay. Yes.
I
just wanted to check if you were saying that.
But were you gonna say? I think you will really like No Country though. Sorry, your turn.
It's on my list. I'll watch it eventually.
Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah, so as I said, I was gonna almost put this in here. So I'm very, very pro No Country for Old Men. We did just watch the first Pirates last night, me and Haley, and
Saw that.
dude, I freaking love that movie. I forgot how much I loved it, but it made me like, it was it had me giggling, bro. Like, and then I knew a scene was coming, and I was like, "Oh, this is about to be so sick." I will say,
It makes you giddy. It makes you
does.
giddy.
It does. It's fun. It's action. It's adventure. It's almost like Indiana Jones was even more of a blockbuster. Like somehow, like
I
it
knew you were gonna
was
say
more
it.
of a spectacle. And
100% agree.
It's really really good. I will say the CG on the skeletons has aged a little bit, and it just doesn't look amazing, which is sad because Davy Jones in part 2 is crazy good. So I know it gets better. It's just it's a tiny rough, and that's just a small complaint. So I am going No Country for Old Men, but I'm very happy with Pirates moving on too. Like, also a really good movie.
Quick sidebar before we move on. Is Curse of the Black Pearl? Is that all of your favorite Pirates movie, do you think? Like, in terms of the series?
I think yes, but again, I just said we're rewatching them. Haley hasn't seen them, but I'm rewatching them.
She hasn't seen them?
Yeah, she's never
Oh,
seen
that's
them.
awesome.
Crazy. Yell at your wife for being silly,
It's
because
kind of
that's
on me,
ridiculous.
because I've been saying for years.
I know,
that
and I
like
want to yell at you too.
I would like to show it to her, and I just haven't. So it's partially on me, but yeah, no, I will say right now I think 1 is my favorite, but I remember 2 so vividly that maybe 2 is actually my favorite.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know now. Growing up, number 1 was the be all end all of Pirates movies. I watched the 3rd one in the last like 2 years, and it is so awesome. Like, there's just so many. Oh, it's awesome. So I really I have a hard time answering that. I probably would say the first one still. The 3rd one is like right there, if not tied.
Yeah, for me, I would I'd be up in the air with it. I love all the Pirates. I think the first one is my favorite, but as Trent Evans said, it's right up there with Indiana Jones for being the penultimate action movie. Not to throw that around too much, but the jokes are great, the action's great, the comedy's great.
good.
Yeah, the score. This might be one of the best scores ever, so needs to be
Yes.
mentioned.
And Trent and I know how good it sounds live as well. Just throwing it out there.
Thanks for the invite, guys. Yeah, no, I really like
I
really like
literally
that show.
cried. I cried at a stupid concert for a score. Oh my gosh.
So
Again,
God, I got
love
sweat
to have
shivers
been
because I
there.
ran down
sweat shit.
5 floors, came back
Sweat
up,
sugars.
and went back down, and came back up. Sweat. Anyway.
Yeah. No, it was so good.
This next one was The Departed was on the top 100. I don't know if Trent's seen it. I think so. And Puss in Boots: The Last Wish
I'm just gonna double check.
was a submission by my brother to make up for something. I don't think we have to talk about this one because I think this is a sweep for us. I know I don't want to speak for everyone's opinion on this, but I'm gonna do this already. Just because I don't want us to spend too much time talking about none of us love The Departed, I don't think. But we can talk about it for a little bit. Evan, if you want to go first, maybe.
Sure. I think it's lower tier Scorsese. I think his best director, best picture win was overdue, and that's why they gave it to him for this one. I think it's worthy of it, but I don't feel it's his best work by any means at all. I think it's just fine. I don't love it. I don't hate it. But I wouldn't call it amazing.
Yeah, I want to talk more about Puss in Boots in the next round.
Yeah.
I agree. I don't love the...
Go,
what were you going to say?
Sorry.
Okay. I agree. I don't love The Departed. You know, my favorite Mark Wahlberg role is Ted too. So, no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, we'll talk about Puss in Boots more in the next round, but it's phenomenal too. So, I just wanted to rush through that one because, you know, yeah, not a really big deal for us. But next one, none of us put...
Departed.
What? Oh yeah, sorry, Trent, you see go.
I've never seen The Departed, except, and correct me if I'm wrong, Evan, but we were watching some of it at your house, Luke, and I was spoiled like the last quarter of the movie. Would we say last half an hour?
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of important, so you know it would be a good watch when I do sit down and watch it.
Yeah.
Inception and Gladiator. Neither of these are picked by any of us.
Inception, Evan?
I was close. Again, one of those movies that I was like, how film bro do I want to be? I already had Interstellar.
You don't want to be too film bro. That would have pushed you over.
Yeah.
This is a pretty baller matchup, though. Not gonna lie.
This is really good. 2 of Hans Zimmer's best scores. I'll say that.
Yep. Thank you. I was going to spread that out.
Great action in both of them. Great, Ridley Scott in one, Chris Nolan in the other. They're both really, really good at what they do. Ridley. Peak Ridley. Yeah, I would say that. But really? I'm going Inception. I wouldn't say it's Ridley's best movie, but that's
okay. That's what I thought you meant.
He's kind of at like his peak in terms of direction in that movie.
Inception. Okay, what are you thinking, Trent?
Man, yeah, both these are great. I think I might just go off nostalgia. I'll say Gladiator. I saw Inception kind of later on, and I watched Gladiator with my mom, and my mom loved that film. So every time I see it, like I think of my mom type thing. So there's definitely nostalgia with it. It's also a great rewatch. I think it's a lot of fun. I need to see more of his stuff, but I think it's peak. What could his name be? Russell Crowe.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think it's peak Russell Crowe. He is fantastic in that movie, and I won't lie. Like I think he makes that movie to a pretty big extent. And yes, but Interception's awesome. But I'm gonna say Gladiator. I will say Interception is probably like one of the best movies to talk to your friends with. Me and Evan watched it together at some point, and I think we had like, I don't know, it's probably close to an hour discussion afterwards what we think the ending was, or just throughout the whole movie. It's a great discussion movie. So
yeah, I have this is actually really close one for me too. They're both really awesome. Gladiator's up there with, speaking of awesome action movies, of Pirates and Indiana Jones, but I think it'd be a rung below them for me. Inception is one of my favorite Christopher Nolan movies. I think it's not my favorite. It'd be in my top like. It's be my top like 3 or 4, I think, but I would lean Inception by the slightest of hairs, I think.
Yeah, no, I like that. I like your point about it being like close to Indiana Jones, like Gladiator, Indiana Jones and Pirates. It's not as fun. It's a lot more dramatic based, and for that reason, I think like it's not trying to be that level of a blockbuster. So, yeah. It's fun, but not as fun as the other ones.
That's a good point, because it's definitely not like I wouldn't go to Gladiator to laugh. Really, I'm invested in an action epic.
Yeah.
It's more, yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
Totally.
Next matchup, this is gonna be a dogfight, I think, but Interstellar vis-a-vis Evan versus How to Train Your Dragon, which comes from yours truly, Trent. Who wants to open up, boys?
You go.
Frank. Okay. Interstellar, man. I cry every single time. It brings me to tears. This beautiful relationship between father and daughter that it transcends time. It transcends space.
No, I'm totally kidding.
Whatever. I think in terms of sci-fi, it's one of the best ones that's also still really grounded in like real life physics, real life strategy, all that kind of stuff. I think in terms of sci-fi, it did its research and it knew what it wanted to be when it came to that. Yeah, I think just Chris Nolan at his most emotional, maybe I'll say that. He gets big emotion and broad spectacle really, really well. And I think that's just the peak Nolan. And he's also coming off a run of Batman Begins to Prestige to Dark Knight to Inception to Dark Knight Rises to Interstellar. And that is one of the best runs, Dark Knight Rises notwithstanding, in like any director's category. So I just think when you're coming off a run like that, and then like Interstellar is like the cherry on top, it tastes amazing. It's one of the best tasting cherries out there.
Okay. Go pop a cherry somewhere else, okay?
That was good. Now, How to Train Your Dragon is good though. So go ahead, Trent. Hit me with it.
Man, why are all my films going against these really great films that everyone knows that they're really great. Okay, I just want to make a point that has been most of mine. Okay, this is not fair, and I'm calling.
By
it
the way,
recall.
viewers at home, Trent is talking about the live action How to Train Your Dragon. He stands that one.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Okay, that's what I'm actually talking about that for a second. That is the dumbest thing you could ever do,
Oh
man.
my goodness.
When did this movie come out? Does anyone know off the top of your head?
This year, like this summer.
No.
I think he means the original.
Oh. Oh.
2010. It came out in 2010. That is 15 years between the original and the new one. And yes, 15 years is a lot. But who wants this, man? And it's a 1-for-1. Like, oh, I think it's the dumbest thing ever. Anyway,
Are you saying you're not going to watch the new one, Trent?
with that said, I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. Who wants to watch this?
Anyway, I love How to Train Your Dragons. I think it's the best animated series out there. I think all three of them slap. I keep referencing random videos, but there's a video out there that discusses how to Train Your Dragon how it progressively grows with its audience. So as a kid, when I was watching this, like I related to it. Next one related to it. Third one related to it. Like it grew with its audience. I think that is super commendable. Super fun ride. I think the animation style was very. I don't know, not original because like when you look at it, it's not that like different from a lot of the other ones. But it's like it's very How to Train Your Dragon, I guess. So not original, but it's its own thing. The design of the dragons, the design of Toothless, impeccable, man. That thing can go from like a little, like adorable little dog that you want to pet to like this scary beast of an animal that you would have nightmares on. Like I think the animation was or the just the style and the design of Toothless was beautiful. So yeah, I'll say the franchise is my favorite franchise. Interstellar is also awesome though. I think it's fantastic. And I'm it's killing me because like which one would I want to rewatch? And like I don't know, maybe Interstellar would win in that category because it's a fun watch every time. I don't know every time though because it is kind of emotionally draining.
Yes.
I don't know if I could watch like say if I watched it today and I watched it tomorrow. I think that second watch would actually be. Yeah. No. Okay. I was looking for a reason not to like it. So because of that.
So would you say that How to Train Your Dragon has more universal appeal, such as Megamind over Shawshank Redemption?
Yes, because people hate sci-fi movies sometimes. Yeah, I'm gonna say How to Train Your Dragon for that last reason I mentioned. I just think it's better on a rewatch. So.
Quick shout out to who's the guy who plays Hiccup?
Jay Baruchel.
Okay, well, I love Jay Baruchel. Another movie that I think in another universe we'd have had on this list. We all three of us love Blackberry.
Yes.
It came out. I don't know. It's really good. He's amazing in that movie. I love his voice. I'd like to see him in more.
Awesome.
Glenn Howerton too is so funny in that movie.
Oh yeah,
awesome,
phenomenal. Now, as for this decision that I have to make, between your guys' two of your guys' movies,
it's not fair.
To open, I just want to be clear. Maybe we'll debate Trent. Maybe Trent and I will debate for a second. Dude, maybe Evan will probably, because I think you both just gave me this. I don't think How to Train Your Dragon's the best DreamWorks film.
What do you think's better?
I mean, for starters, Megamind.
That's so crazy. It's such a mediocre animated movie. Anyway.
Oh, that's terrible take. Oh my goodness, take that back.
No, it really is.
That's the only worst take you've had is mixing up Princess Bride and the other movie, whatever it was. That was the only thing that you said that's worse. Interstellar. Okay. I think I've also had like 3 animated movies on this list, and none of them were How to Train Your Dragon. I think How to Train Your Dragon is a little overrated. I'm not gonna lie. People talk it up like it's the greatest animated movie there is. I wouldn't say it's necessarily better than Shrek or Megamind or even I know Evan doesn't like Kung Fu Panda. I do really like How to Train Your Dragon still. Don't get me wrong. I love all those movies. I don't think I love How to Train Your Dragon as much. At the same point, Interstellar was like 1 or 2 away from making it to my list. I think outside of like, I almost put Looper on my list, but before I thought one of our members hadn't seen Looper. Or have you seen Looper yet, Trent?
No.
outside of that, Interstellar is my favorite new sci-fi in like the longest time. So I have to lead Interstellar, but you can take some shots of my takes, Evan and Trent, before.
Yeah, just
Do
so
you
we're
like How to
clear.
Train Your Dragon?
No, I just so I'm clear, I love How to Train Your Dragon. As I said,
No.
I like.
Evan, do you like it? Do you like How to
Yeah,
Train Your Dragon?
I was gonna say, just so we're clear, How to Train Your Dragon is the best animated movie, Luke. Like, no
Okay,
question.
thank you.
Yeah.
Best anime movies is a horrible take. Terrible
What
take.
is
Not
what?
even in the top 10 of
You
animated.
said Shrek. Shrek's fine. Shrek's fine.
No, Shrek's about DreamWorks. Animated movie, Into the Spider-Verse, 10 times out of 10, dude.
I'm
10
gonna
times
say
out of
no,
10.
dude. I cry at the end of How to Train Your Dragon. This, like, when they both work together with the foot and the tail, and that score starts swelling, dude. I had instant tears.
Oh, Test
when-
Drive is what it's called,
Yeah.
and it is peak.
It's so good when the dad thinks he just lost his son, and he's like visibly upset, even though they've been at odds the entire movie. They haven't even really reconciled yet. He is so emotive, even in animation. Like it's heartbreaking, dude. It's
Maybe that's what I mean, that the style is so its own, because like I think they convey emotions really well, like compared to other animation styles. I know I cut you off, Evan, but I think you definitely, that's definitely something that must be what I'm talking about, is the emotion just really conveys well.
Yeah.
You keep going, sorry.
No, that's all I had to say. I think it's I don't see another animated movie coming close. Into the Spider-Verse is good. It's really good. Don't get me wrong. But other than that, like Puss in Boots was also really good. I would have.
This is also better, by the way, while we're on the topic.
Well, not better than How to Train Your Dragon. Better than Into the Spider.
10 times better, dude. 10 times better.
But yeah, no, How to Train Your Dragon, like it's just, it hit at the right time, the right age, and it's gonna stick with me forever, dude. So yeah,
It's also funny. Going back to your little funny quotable lines, Luke. Thank you for nothing, you useless reptile.
Oh.
I played this movie and I literally rewinded it, I think 10 times, because that one little part is hilarious. The little quirps and the little like not quirps, but like
Quips?
the tormented between Toothless and Hiccup throughout some of the movie. So funny, works so well. Astrid, she's kind of funny with Hiccup too at some points. Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you, Evan.
Yeah, no, of course.
I'm not here to
all
crap
I'll
on
say.
How to Train Your
I know we have
Dragon,
to move on,
but comparing it to I think we have to do this. Comparing it to Into the Spider-Verse, Spider-Verse is leagues better, dude. I'm gonna be honest. I think you guys haven't watched, like, How to Train Your Dragon's animation has not held up great. I don't think it has. I don't think I
first
disagree
one?
with your point.
100%.
Yeah, I don't think it has. No, I actually was gonna say
Yeah,
that's one of my
I
points
agree.
against it. I think it looks awkward. I think it's not amazing. Versus,
Okay, well, I want to say
even if you want to say it conveys emotions well, Into the Spider-Verse practically revolutionized animation. There have been so many movies since that have taken that same art style. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. What's the other one? Oh, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Like the best movies that are being made now are being made in the style and under the influence of Into the Spider-Verse.
I'm not gonna argue
100%.
that.
I'll 100% agree with you.
Yeah.
I think it does look not great now. 100%. The first one, I think the last two, they did something between them, and it looks a lot better now. But that first one, it's aged 100%. But I think for the time, it was amazing, and it is in itself, it is great. Now, is the animation better in Spider-Verse? 110%. But no, I think it's just aged.
Yeah. When we're talking just pure animation, sure, Into the Spider-Verse, whatever. You're right, it revolutionized. In terms of story, I'm going How to Train Your Dragon. I think it hits me in different ways than Into the Spider-Verse does, and yeah, the score is really good in Into the Spider-Verse. I like the use of R&B and rap. I'm still taking How to Train Your Dragon, dude.
And obviously, it comes down to opinion, but I think that's wild. I think How to Train Your Dragon has a phenomenal soundtrack, but Into the Spider-Verse's soundtrack even better.
That is a hard disagree. Disagree.
No, dude.
That is
Sunflower,
crazy.
Drink. What's the song when he's going off the roof?
What's
Can't remember that
Danger?
song.
Yeah.
What's Up Danger?
No,
All
they're-
bangers, dude.
They're all bops, dude. They're all bangers. I'm still taking How to Train Your Dragon.
how it characterizes Spider-Man. Best piece of Spider-Man media. Best piece of Spider-Man media.
I don't know, man. Spider-Man.
I wish these two. I wish How to Train Your Dragon was a good Spider-Man. It's not though, so we can move on. But I want people to know where we all stand on this.
Yeah, and Luke's wrong. Okay, continue.
Yeah.
Star Wars: A New Hope versus 10 Things I Hate About You.
I think I'm gonna go Star Wars. Love 10 Things I Hate About You, but I do think like if I watched it today and I watched it again tomorrow, I think I would actually enjoy watching Star Wars today and Star Wars again tomorrow. Just because like I don't know, I feel like the jokes wouldn't be as funny on a quick rewatch, and then as such it wouldn't land as well. So yeah, I'm gonna say Star Wars.
Evan?
I mean, I picked 10 Things I Hate About You, so that's kind of my jam. Yeah, I'm going 10 Things I Hate About You. I think solely because I do think the jokes would hit every single time. Heath Ledger is just so cool. Joseph Gordon-Levitt is just this awkward friggin' cute kid. Like it's I don't know, man. There's something about 10 Things About You that has so much rewatchability. Yeah.
I mean, A New Hope would have been bordering my my top 5. I think it's the best Star Wars movie. I know that we already talked about this at length, so we can skip over that and go to the next one.
I'm so shocked. Okay.
Dark Knight versus Everything Everywhere. Oh my goodness.
This is a good one.
We okay? Try and make your case for Everything Everywhere over Dark Knight. It's me versus you, Doug.
I've literally faced Dark Knight, Interstellar. Was Inception me too? Like this is dumb. Oh, like I'll say the same thing I said Revenge of the Sith. Like Dark Knight's awesome. It's great. But Everything Everywhere All at Once was a huge movie for me. It's great on rewatch. I love it. Yeah. So kind of same thing as I said for Revenge of the Sith.
I'll say it. Everything Everywhere All at Once, overrated movie. And I mean overrated in the sense that when it came out, like Parasite, people talked like it was God's gift to man. It's a very good movie. It's funny. I cried, I think, the first time, but on rewatch I found it less effective. Waymond is awesome and one of my favorite characters in any new piece of media.
I thought you were gonna say some garbage on him, and I was gonna let you up, but no.
No, dude. Love Waymond. The donut. I mean, there's a lot of funny moments. The Rock. Oh, just a sec. My dog's.
Oh, The Rock, guys. The Rock scene, like
so good.
Like how does that work in a movie?
I don't know, man.
It shouldn't.
Just 2 rocks and subtitles above it. Amazing. I don't know how. But
it shouldn't work, and it shouldn't also work to that extent. Like, it worked so well.
Yeah.
Also, like, continuing to speak, like, I mean, even we brought up influence with, Spider-Verse. I think Everything Everywhere All at Once, whilst the influence hasn't been seen yet, it'd be a very influential movie for sure. Definitely the editing. Like, it did a lot of things I think will be seen as revolutionary. All of those things said...
There's also a man of, like, 2 people. Like, only a team of 2 people made all the animation, so that's pretty sick, you know? Maybe if they had all the funding that Christopher Nolan had, maybe they could have made something that Luke would have liked. Oh yeah. I only like big blockbuster movies. My name's Luke. I don't appreciate little.
You want 2 rocks of subtitles, dude? I can give you 2 rocks of subtitles. That's all I'm saying.
And guess what? It wouldn't hit as hard.
Yeah, because you know what? They still had millions of dollars, dude. Give me millions of dollars. Oh my gosh. Okay, Dark Knight. Let me wax poetic about Evan. Let me take you to a meal. Let me sit you down. Let me convince you here. Okay.
You don't have to convince him.
I understand. Dark Knight did for superhero movies what's another movie here? What Raiders did for action movies. I don't know. I think Nolan revitalized the superhero genre with the Batman series. There was always things that kept it alive, like the Spider-Man trilogy, the X-Men series, which I think started before it. But I'm pretty sure the first Batman was before the first Iron Man. Is that... Somebody gonna fact check me on that?
2005 was the first one.
Oh wow, that was earlier than I thought. He brought a new life into it. The Dark Knight, I think, proved that superhero movies really could be an amazing piece of fiction. Like I think it showed that they can really be an amazing movie and film. The Dark Knight, from everything from Heath Ledger to Two-Face, the Rachel choice, I just think it's perfect. So that's my case. But you can you say your second sense and then pick a winner here.
Here, Evan. Sorry, you can go in a second. So, did you just make a tie between Dark Knight and like superhero movies to follow it after? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, dude. I said I think it proved that superhero movies could be great.
So, but did you say that you think there's like superheroes? The Dark Knight reinvented what superhero movies could be. So the super movies that came after, you can they brought inspiration from Dark Knight specifically. You think?
Not a lot of them, but I think there are like
Okay.
a lot that took the, like, obviously, like, Guardians is very different from Dark Knight, but I think a lot of them, including, well, when did Iron Man come out? Was it 2008 or 2009 or was it earlier?
2008.
Like 2008, like Dark Knight, Dark Knight itself wouldn't have influenced, because I'm pretty sure Dark Knight came around 2009. But the first Batman movie had a very big influence on the superhero genre, and I think Nolan was still kind of coming into his own with the Batman series. But Dark Knight had definitely had a massive influence on superhero films, I think.
I was gonna make the point that I don't think you could. I think Dark Knight stands alone very much when it's compared to other superhero movies. So I was just gonna make the argument that I don't really think there's much of influence from that movie specifically. Maybe the first one, I don't know, but I just think Dark Knight really stands.
What do you mean
itself.
stands alone? I think it stands alone because it perfects it.
I couldn't look at Dark Knight and a lot of other Marvel or DC movies and say that they are very similar.
Well,
Other than them being superhero movies and blah blah blah.
Well, take the first few Marvel movies, like the Iron Man, Captain America, and kind of compare that to the Dark Knight and Batman Begins. I think there's much less of a focus on the quippy jokes that we see that it developed into. Like, even Dark Knight and Batman Begins have quips. There are jokes. There are moments of levity. But I think overall, like, just the way they do the superhero origin story and kind of the character work is very, very much so followed in those early Marvel films.
Since we're talking about influence and stuff, I will say the main influence on The Dark Knight was heat. So I think it's funny that we're comparing Everything Everywhere All at Once to Dark Knight when it already beat out Heat. I think that's.
But dude, Batman's in Dark Knight.
All right, let's talk Dark Knight. It definitely did, like, kind of revitalize the Crystal and Batman Begins revitalized the superhero genre 100%. It wasn't dead. You had Sam Raimi's Spider-Mans, which were doing numbers, and Spider-Man 2 is the best Spider-Man movie. It just is doing okay. It's chugging along, but barely. And he revolutionized it with Batman Begins. But this is the Dark Knight we're talking. So I'm kind of ignoring Batman Begins. And just looking at Dark Knight, I don't think Dark Knight itself has had a ton of influence on superhero culture, just solely because it's too different from what has come since, and that's Marvel's fault. That's not Dark Knight. However, Everything Everywhere All at Once is all Matrix inspired. So I don't know. If we're talking pure influence, I think Everything Everywhere All at Once takes it. But when we're talking,
I think we're talking about preference.
Yeah, when we're talking about which one I enjoy more, I'm bumping The Dark Knight before I'm bumping Everything Everywhere at Once, solely because I can't handle the laundry and taxes speech without friggin' bawling my eyes out. Very recurring.
You're bumping it as in you're getting rid of it?
No, as in, like, I'm turning it up. But yeah, I think I have to go Dark Knight. Sorry, Trent.
Let's go. Are all Trent's
I
movies
knew
gone?
that was coming as soon as I saw it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's close.
Saving Private.
Batman's my favorite superhero. So, like, very massive bias there.
Yeah.
Saving Private Ryan versus Raiders.
I was just gonna say the same thing. Raiders is mine. Raiders is an awesome movie. I think it almost wins in almost every category. So yeah, just Raiders. I love Raiders.
Yeah, Raiders was in my top 5. It's the reason it's here. It might have gotten there within the top 100 on IMDb. I'm sure it's there. But this was my pick, so I'm going this one.
Yeah, though I don't think we can talk about this much. I also think it's better in almost every respect. I do really like Saving Private Ryan, but I'll agree to that one. This next matchup are both my movies. Yes, big dubs. I move on no matter what, or I'm eliminating myself. Yeah, Yeah, I think I kind of already spoiled this. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse right now, upon like rethinking about it and rewatching it, it's between that and La La Land for my favorite movie. I truly think Into the Spider-Verse is the greatest animated film there is. It does make me cry. It again, animation is beautiful. I think the music soundtrack's amazing. Like before the movie, Peter Parker was like easily like one of my favorite. He was in my top 3, and he's probably closer to 1 or 2. Like it's between him and Batman for that one spot. And to be honest, like just Into the Spider-Verse made Miles Morales equally to, if not more, beloved by me. The character really speaks to me in a way that very few have. His interaction with his dad throughout the movie is phenomenal, and just I'm so excited for the third one in this trilogy. Outside that, but I would lean into the Spider-Verse. There's also. I lauded the I talked on a lot about how much Lego Movie is hilarious. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is very much so also one of the funnier movies to have been made. So that's what I think. But you guys want to jump in?
Yeah, I'm going Into the Spider-Verse. Lego Movie is also really good. I was trashing on it earlier, but I do really like the Lego Movie. But Spider-Verse is just one of like those movies that you're watching something special. Yeah, it's just the height of animation, story, character, score, like, and it's really, really good. So yeah, I'm going Spider-Verse.
And yeah, same here. Spider-Verse all the way. They're both great, but I think Spider-Verse is more of a well-rounded movie than Lego Movie, I guess, maybe. Oh wait, I don't know, guys. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, it was probably those employees were probably crunched pretty hard. So I don't know. Maybe we should give it to Lego. Oh wait, no, Lego Movie was probably crunched too. Shout out to you animators. I'm sorry, life probably sucks every now and then.
Have you guys seen all this stuff with what's his name, the guy who plays Miles and the girl?
Yes. Oh, it's so funny. What's his name? Something Malik or
Shamik Moore?
Alex something?
Yeah, Shamik Moore. I almost said Remy Malik.
Oh,
Yeah, Shamik Moore.
at all. Yeah, so funny, so funny.
Oh, dude, this next Whiplash is literally looking like the Grim Reaper over here right now. Oh my goodness.
Same directors? Question mark.
Yep.
Yes, right, Evan?
Yep. Damien Chazelle.
Wow, that's kind of crazy for him. Let me make my case for La La Land. I literally know what Trent's picking, so it's all up to Evan, and I actually don't know which one Evan's going to pick. I think it's kind of in the air. I love both these movies. I think I just love Damien Chazelle. Did he do Babylon too?
Yeah. Yes, yeah.
Okay. I really want to watch Babylon just because I found that I've loved his I love him. I love jazz music is like one of my favorite kinds. Whiplash, La La Land are very jazz inspired, and I'm sure Babylon is too. I've made my case for La La Land before. I don't think anything's changed except it's against a better movie than Forrest Gump. So Whiplash, phenomenal. I like Trent on other ones, and Evan, I've said I have nothing bad to say about Whiplash. It's as I said earlier, perfect movie. La La Land to me is just more perfect, so that's why I'd pick La La Land. But either of you guys want to jump in?
I'll go right quick. Yeah, Whiplash, 100%. I just didn't like La La Land my first time watching it. I don't think the romance landed as well as I wanted it to. And Whiplash is kind of a perfect movie. It's adrenaline in a movie. Like it's pure intense the whole time. It's awesome. So yeah, Whiplash.
Okay, I know how I feel in like my personal rankings of Damien Chazelle, and I got to go by that. I got to stick true to that. I got to back it up. So I'm going La La Land.
Yes, thank the Lord. Oh my goodness.
La La Land so much. Whiplash is also great, but I do think I like Babylon even more than Whiplash, which is like one of the hottest takes I think I have, is that Whiplash is his third best movie. But I think La La Land is his best, and I love it. And yeah, it's just beautiful movie.
The sad part is, because Trent doesn't love La La Land, it's probably going to lose to Social Network in the second round, but that's okay.
Hey, no spoilers.
I don't know.
It's crazy you like Babylon so much, Evan.
I love Babylon, dude.
So
okay, next one. Evan, make your case for Social Network over Shawshank.
Like we said, I don't think anyone has said Shawshank is their favorite. It's like their dad's favorite, you know? And that means that Social Network is like newer. It's hipper, you know? It's kind of got dialogue as music. It's kind of fun. It's fast paced. And it makes you think just as much as Shawshank does. It won't bring you to tears, but you'll walk out after 2 hours and be like, man, that was really fun, but also really sad. Yeah. Social Network all the way.
Yeah, my vote's Shawshank. I just really want La La Land to make it all the way to the end. So.
Oh, you're crazy! That's insane.
I'm joking. It was a joke. No, my pick is Social Network. I don't know. I'm surprised Shawshank beat Megamind, to be honest. I think Social Network is everything Evan said is true. I think Social Network's phenomenal. Shawshank okay. I don't want to sound like I'm dogging on Shawshank. It truly does deserve, as they said, to be like the first, I think, on IMDb. I just think I think we've compiled a pretty awesome list of movies, and so if we're cutting hairs, I think Social Network's better.
Yeah, I'll keep it short. I think it's Social Network too. Shawshank's really close, just because I do think you get a lot of enjoyment every time you watch it. I think, even with its longer runtime, is it 3 hours? I feel like it's close to 3 hours.
I think it's like 220.
That's not that close. I thought it was closer. But anyway, I think it's an awesome movie, it really is. And again, it's one of those ones that I'll see on TV and I'll watch it almost every time. But I do think Social Network, like, it's more digestible, maybe, like a more like I would watch it today and I'd watch it tomorrow, 100%, and I would enjoy it equally as much probably because of how fast paced it is. So yeah, I think I would agree with Social Network.
We're gonna have some really tough matchups in the finale. Okay, Pirates of the Caribbean versus Puss in Boots: Last Wish. I think, Trent, do you want to start by maybe we didn't talk about Puss in Boots yet, so do you want to maybe start with that before talking about Pirates?
Yes, I will. So I rewatched Puss in Boots literally 2 days ago. Me and my girlfriend, we were going to sleep, and I was like, I really want to watch the movie tonight. But I knew that she was going to be a goner. So I wanted to try to watch something that I would really like and that she'd maybe get hooked to, because she'd be like in and out of sleep. Unfortunately, she slept through all of it. We're going to watch it soon. I convinced her. But it's a great movie. It's so good. It hits on so many levels. The animation is beautiful. It's so, so good. It's a lot of fun throughout the whole thing. The vibes go from like super heartfelt to super scary with the wolf. Like, I think it's a great movie. It's awesome. I really wish it wasn't squeezed between Spider-Verse and was it Teenage? What was the other movie that came out after that was similar? Was it Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? I feel like that wasn't as close as I'm thinking.
No, it's
I think they were close.
Yeah. Like a year apart.
Okay, that's what I thought. I really wish it wasn't sandwiched, because I think it got a lot of acknowledgement, but I think it would have got more if it wasn't squeezed between the two. So yeah, that's my take on Puss in Boots. It's Pirates. I'm sorry, Puss. Losing. But yeah, I love Puss in Boots. I cried at a flippin' Puss in Boots movie. How crazy is that? And everyone knows what scene you cry at.
Yep.
I went home and I gave my dog a big hug. So yeah.
Oh, yeah, I love Para.
Honestly, like, I think it would be up in my top like 15 movies. Like, it's beautiful. Anyway, Pirates wins though. GG. Go next.
Yeah, Pirates. I love Puss in Boots as well, but Pirates, man, it's just it's so fun.
Yeah, I want to stand on my Puss in Boots wagon for a sec too. I forgot, as Trent said, Para's one of my favorite side characters, I think, just ever recently. One thing that Puss in Boots does exceptionally, I think their villains are phenomenal. Death is one of the coolest villains we've had in a long time. I might even say he's the coolest DreamWorks villain.
I was going to say, don't spoil it.
The other villain, Jack Horner, is phenomenal. He's hilarious. He's also just... He's just evil. I like how they have the joke about what's his name, Jiminy Cricket's on his shoulder, and like Jiminy Cricket does, he's the conscience, and it makes it seem like that there's a chance that Jack Horner can be redeemed. Yeah. And I think we've been really inundated with redeemable bad guys recently, so to have Jack Horner just be evil, but also like a really good element of comedic relief is awesome. Puss in Boots, Puss himself is really fun, and Kitty, the whole cast is just really fun. I honestly wish the movie was longer. That's my only critique. But I do think with the other two, I'm gonna have to go Pirates of the Caribbean, Inception, and Interstellar.
Yeah. So again, Interstellar is my movie that I picked for this. So I'm going Interstellar, but Inception is also one of those movies that, like, again, I talked about Nolan's run of Batman Begins to Interstellar, and like each one within like 2 years of each other. Crazy that someone could pump out movies of this quality and caliber every 2 years, essentially. And they're both some of the greatest sci-fi movies of the like 21st century, I'll say. Yeah, really, really good stuff. So, all that being said, it's still Interstellar.
Ben?
Yeah, Interstellar. I agree. I think it's just. I think I enjoy it more. Period. I think it would be better on a rewatch. I won't lie, Inception's kind of hard on the head sometimes. So not in a bad way. It's just that's what it is. And I think but I think Interstellar I just enjoyed it a lot more. And it makes me cry sometimes. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I actually think Interstellar is that or Dark Knight are my favorite Christopher Nolan thing, so it wasn't really a question that one there, in my opinion. Well, guys, we're into the final 8. Let me read off our final 8. Okay, so we have Star Wars: A New Hope and The Dark Knight squaring off. We have Raiders of the Lost Ark and Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse. We have La La Land and Social Network, and then we have Caribbean and Interstellar. Let's start with A New Hope and The Dark Knight. Who wants to lead us in this one?
Right. I think Dark Knight. It's a lot more fun. And I think that's all I'm going to say. I think Star Wars is the first one. It can be a bog sometimes getting through some of it. I think it just really slows down at some parts. And I don't think that exists with Dark Knight at all. So I'm going to say Dark Knight.
Okay. Evan, your take?
I don't know. Again, Batman bias showing, but I'm Dark Knight all the way. Yeah, A New Hope is good. I love Star Wars just as much as I love Batman, but just these two movies alone competing, I gotta go Dark Knight. The boat scene at the end is
the two boat scene
moments in like a superhero movie. So it just, yeah, Dark Knight.
Yeah, my pick's also Dark Knight. It was my movie, so. Okay, I feel like I know how this one's gonna go because there's no way you guys can't go with me. But let me. Okay, you want to open with about Raiders, Evan, or do you want me to slam Raiders for the sake of Spider-Man?
Nah, dude, I will open with Raiders because no chance you're getting slamming it. Because Raiders, as we've said multiple times, is kind of just peak action adventure. When you think action adventure, you think summer movie, you think blockbuster, you think any one of those franchise, longevity, character. Every time Indiana Jones Raiders comes up, every single time, and there's a reason for that. It's beyond its just iconicness; it's deserved its iconicness, and yeah, they were cooking. George and Spielberg, they were cooking when they made this one. So
I'll do my best to slam it. I think Spider-Man's in the Spider-Verse perfect animated movie. There's no flaws in that movie. I think Raiders of the Lost Ark is the perfect action movie. If I'm gonna try to find a flaw, just for the sake of giving Spider-Man in the Spider-Verse the slightest edge of winning, I think that the woman character in Raiders of the Lost Ark is not done justice. I think she's kind of treated I don't think she's really that empowered. I'll say it. I think they could have done a better job there. So there's a flaw right there, and therefore Spider-Man in the Spider-Verse has to win.
That is wild because Marion is definitely the best love interest.
Yeah, best out of like 3 bad options.
No. Elsa from 3 is also a really good pick, dude.
I do like Elsa, but Elsa shows a lot of agency. She, what's her name in this one again? Sorry,
Marion.
I find I think there's some like how Mary's treated in the movie. There's some kind of stuff that didn't age great, I guess.
Are you thinking of Nellie from Temple of Doom? Because I think Marion's treated pretty well in that movie.
Well, there's the whole like
questionable age then.
Yeah, there's a questionable age thing.
Yeah, maybe.
There's a few scenes with the dress and Bullock, like she's kind of treated like an object by them a little bit. I know he's the bad
guy though.
So I have times where she needs saving, as opposed to like Carrie Fisher or like other people, you know, where it seems like you have that classic trope of like the man saving the woman. I think really prevalent in the movie.
I'll give you that. She does need saving more often than your typical. Not even your typical. She's probably your typical. How often you need saving woman in that type of movie, but I don't know. Everything else about her is great. So.
Meanwhile, Gwen Stacy, banger, great character.
Yeah, she's really.
Now Evan and I'll try and still pick Raiders because I feel like that's where this is going.
Yeah, I am. I think I just enjoy it more.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't even know why. Really, I just think I enjoy it more.
I'm gonna be a sore loser about this because now I know Raiders of the Lost Ark's gonna win that bracket. That's terrible. Okay.
Spider-Verse is great. I feel like I'm dogging on Spider-Verse. I do like it a lot. But Raiders is just perfect.
No, Trent hates Spider-Verse, Lord of the Rings, and Princess Bride. People online, so just have at it.
Raiders is the pinnacle action adventure movie, and How to Train Your Dragons is the pinnacle.
Lie!
So
I hate that take.
It's just that's the only thing, you know. Anyway, let's go to the next one, Luke, shall we?
No, I hate you, frick.
Dude, okay, Luke, you've had one in every single one of these like quarterfinals.
But they're all gonna lose.
Doesn't matter.
Luke, mine was out the second round.
That's because you have Pirates right here.
Soak it all out, dude.
Okay, well, I know this is gonna end because Trent's a hater, and Trent hasn't watched La La Land, and that's
Social
fine.
Network,
That's
I've watched
fine.
it.
It's fine.
I understand it. So anyway,
You
Social
said you
Network.
watched it at like 12 o'clock at night. You didn't get it. It's nothing to get.
I
They
said
just sing
not 12
songs.
o'clock. I said later on. And do you think it was 12, Evan, when we were at Catherine's?
No, it was not that late at all. It's just we had a long day, and most of it was traveling. So it was.
So I think it was like 10. I think it wasn't like crazy late.
I think it was like 9:30
so
by the time we started it. We wanted to start at 9. It was like 9:30, but it was not.
Okay, 9:30, 10. Who cares?
Late. Everyone fell asleep, dude. Everyone. I don't understand. I don't get it. Anyway, it's fine. Whatever. I'm not salty. I'm not.
Well, I am salty because there's no way. I'm just gonna give this a pass. There's no reason to debate this. Trent does not love La La Land, as has been shown, and Evan, who's been my biggest La La Land supporter, likes Social Network more. So, does anyone want to jump in and say anything about this, or can we just put that and move on?
It is an unfortunate matchup, Luke. I'll say that. La La Land deserves getting farther, but Social Network all the way, dude.
Trent, you have anything to say about this matchup, or?
Just La La Land, more like Wah Wah Land.
I hate you. I hate you. But I hate how much I love you.
Someone call the wambulance. Luke's wah-woo.
I'm so upset, dude. What the frig?
Anyway, we can go to the next one. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay.
Thank you for that, Luke. I appreciate it.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm not upset. Pirates of the Caribbean versus Interstellar.
This is a crazy matchup.
This is wild, dude. Luke,
Make your case, guys.
No, it's up to you, dude. We've already glazed these two enough, I think.
Dude, I don't know. I think
that's a really hard one.
Okay, here's what I'm thinking. Okay, guys. Honestly, if Pirates was against Indiana Jones, I think I like Pirates more than Indiana Jones. I'm not gonna lie. I think I made the decision in my mind. I think Pirates is the peak action movie.
That's a solid pick.
That being said, dude, Interstellar's like my favorite Chris Nolan, I think. I don't know, Interstellar's... I just rewatched it. It's so good. The soundtrack Interstellar to me is like... I think I like... I don't know. I don't even know which soundtrack I like more. Oh my goodness. Okay, I don't know. Try to convince me, one of you. I don't know. I'm literally stuck on the fence. Can anyone say like...
I will convince you for Interstellar, dude. Stay, where she's just yelling "stay," and then he goes,
"Yeah, it makes you cry.
Don't let me go." Like that scene is like all of Interstellar in one like quick second there. That's so good, dude.
But the banter we get in Pirates, the little scenes we get, it's so good. Jack and Will, when Will saves Jack and Jack's like laying on the ground at the jailhouse or the jail room, so good. When he's trying to get the little key from the dog, so good. Barbosa's fantastic. He's also such a villain too at moments. Remember he like throws Elizabeth to like all his little goons, and then his goons just get their little grubby hands on her. What a villain! What a great villain! What an awesome movie!
Barbossa is awesome. Here's my problem, guys, and maybe you guys can help me decide which one of these to value more. Because here's my thought process. Interstellar to me is much more emotionally rewarding than Pirates. It does make me cry, as Evan said. That scene hits. Do Not Go Darkly Into That Quiet Night is a banger, and I love what's his name? The guy who says it.
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine. That being said, I think Pirates is more. I think I have a lot more. Like, I think Pirates is typically like I'd watch Pirates 2 days in a row. I think Pirates is more fun. Like Interstellar, I'd take time to recover from. Which one of those do you guys think I should value more, just objectively?
It's a hard thing to evaluate, dude.
It is.
I will say that makes Interstellar more of a special experience than if you could like throw on Pirates every day. We just said that's not emotionally rewarding at all. Then, you know, it's like, oh yeah, no, I'd watch that, but you're not like into it. Whereas Interstellar,
but it's just so like it's just so fun.
It is fun. You would get tired. You would get tired of it if you watched it every day. So Interstellar, I think watching like saving it once a year and just having like such a visceral experience with it is more rewarding than being able to just watch a movie every single day, you know?
Yeah.
That I'd say, I feel like I would admit, like, I think it does depend on the person, because I personally think if it's a movie that you can only watch once a year, like, it's not good enough for you to try to see it again. You know, like, that says something. Maybe someone likes that. Like, maybe someone enjoys savoring that feeling once a year compared to someone who likes watching their movies more than another one. Which, you know, watching fun movies is pretty fun, you know? Pretty sick. It also gives you, and don't think it doesn't give you any emotional feeling. Like, it's funny. You feel energized, you know? That you just want to go steal a pirate ship.
Sea of Thieves, dude! Sea of Thieves!
Sea of Thieves.
No fair. Outside of
Oh, Evan, you need to get Sea of Thieves, dude. You need to get Sea of Thieves. Trent and I were like shipping. We were shipping, dude. It was so much fun, bro. We just fighting other pirate ships. I was stressing out because I died immediately. Trent saved me, and we won the pirate ship fight. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay. I think I just want to put this out there because I like that some of our opinions are being immortalized. I think this is not whatever I pick here is not like prescriptive to me. This battle, like which one of these I like more would change depending on the day. Today I like Pirates of the Caribbean more though. I think.
Yes, that's crazy. I didn't think I was gonna win that one. Yes,
that's crazy. Oh my!
I know, and I'm not gonna lie. I think Evan. I think your point. I think I agreed with your point more. Like it is something they said that's special, like a more special thing. But today I'm just feeling more. I don't know. Today I just think Pirates. Today.
That's crazy. I just got you on the wrong day. What the frig?
You did. Dark Knight versus Raiders. I feel like I also know how this one's gonna go based on a. Oh, frick. Case, I don't know. I'm happy if either of these moving on. Just, do we just want to say Raiders moves on?
I'm happy to say Raiders moves on, but I'm also happy if
that you
move on.
Would that be your vote, Evan? Raiders?
Oh, yeah. It's my movie, so.
Okay, sick. My vote's also Raiders.
Yeah.
But very, 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 very close between both of them.
Yeah.
So it's we have one finalist. We're about to have a second finalist. Interesting. There's another hard one. So let's hear it. Let's hear your guys' cases.
Dude, no. What are you feeling?
Nah, okay. I'm just kidding. I don't like Social Network as much as I like Interstellar, to be honest. So.
That's crazy.
Wait. Did you say Pirates?
It just moved on, yeah. And he's already said Indiana Jones. No, I'm screwed.
At least you guys made it to the finals. I had one.
That's actually crazy. We got this 2 in the finals.
3, 4. I basically had 4 movies in the semis.
And not a single one moved on.
Oh, I guess these are the semis.
Stands for loser.
Can you scroll to the right? I think you can on the bottom, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, can I? Where do you guys see that?
I think.
Oh, here, yeah. Perfect. Okay. Nice. Okay, so we have. Okay, let's do third place first. I mean, I'd pick Dark Knight, but I'm sure both of you guys pick Social Network.
Yeah, I'm picking Social
Oh,
Network.
yeah, I'd pick Social Network. Although this one would really depend on the day too, because I feel like if I don't want our dialogue and I just want like fun action, then Dark Knight's the way. No, I definitely say Social Network. Social Network.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, there you go. Crazy, by the way. I would not have. If you told me that 2 action movies are going to be at our top, I would not have expected that.
I would not. No,
100%.
Especially these. This is a specific type of action movie too. Like just kind of
it's fun.
Fun adventure. Yeah, you can definitely tell we're a little biased, I think.
Yeah, and that's where I go for these two. We're jumping right into it. Like I'm 100% going to bias and nostalgia. I think both of these are perfect action adventure movies. But I've grown up with pirates and I love pirates, so that's where I'm going.
Because we don't know what I think we know it's going to win this one just based on what I said before. But I do think like part of the reason they made it here is because they do have like such broad appeal to like even us. Like so like Pirates versus Social Network. Evan likes Social Network probably a lot more than Pirates, even though he loves Pirates.
Yes.
But because Pirates is so lovable, like I picked Pirates too, just because it's like, and so I think that's one of the reasons why the 2 action movies made. They just have such appeal that like when they beat like Raiders against Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse, when you're up against like other good movies because you just loved that's why I think we ended up with these 2. Is what I mean to say.
Yeah, and they're so for me, I guess, but I don't really know how you guys been doing it. But the whole rewatchable thing, like I think these movies, like the genre that they're in, is probably one of the most enjoyable rewatchable stuff out there. It's so easy to just throw on and you'll have a great time with it every time. So
that I would agree with. That's one of the reasons I love Lego Movie because I find it's my most like I don't need to pay attention to it anymore. But to Evan's point, like that's what's special about Interstellar. Like Interstellar for one-time watches, I think maybe Interstellar is my favorite on this list. Like if I was just to watch a movie and then have to wait a year, it might be Interstellar if we were ranking it on that specific thing. Maybe La La Land too, but between those 2. That being said, Evan, do you have anything to say about this final matchup, or are you just wanting to give it to Pirates?
I'm a little upset that it ended this way. I'm not gonna lie. I'm happy with second and third. Not to sound ungrateful, but I don't know, man. If anything else other than Pirates had made it, I think Raiders would have won. So
yeah, because you would have gotten Trent's vote.
Yeah, of course, dude. Oh well, no. It's fun. Pirates is also really.
If Pirates didn't make it, it's going to be Evan versus Evan.
Yeah, just the way it should be, you know.
And I would have given it to Raiders. I was gonna say I would have given it to Social, but I don't think.
Crazy comeback story though, because I think most of all of Trent's movies were eliminated in the second round.
So.
Yeah, it was. Bro, go back down. Scroll back down. I was up against Interstellar. No, I wasn't. Keep going up.
Go up.
No.
I mean up like this.
Yeah.
No Country for Old Men, which I think I would have lost if maybe I saw it.
Yeah, if you saw it, I would have picked No. Actually, that's crazy, dude. Because if Trent had saw it, I think I might have picked No Country for Old Men. That changes the winner of the whole list.
I don't think you can see my Discord, but Luke, I'm holding up an L, so take that.
I was just saying, Trent, there's a world where No Country for Old Men makes it all the way instead. Well, okay. Hypothetical.
Oh, yeah, let's hear it.
Evan, what are you picking between Country for Old Men and Raiders? Because obviously Trent hasn't seen one of them. It'd be between you.
I'd pick Raiders, dude.
Okay, there you go.
But it would be closer than Pirates, I think, because I really, really love No Country for Old Men.
Quick,
Luke, would you have done Puss in Boots over No Country for Old Men?
Yeah, I would have.
Yeah, okay, same.
Okay, so would have ended there.
Whatever.
That's crazy. Looking back, let's look at what Pirates defeated, though. No Country for Old Men, very impressive. Puss in Boots, very impressive. Interstellar, I'm kind of surprised looking back that I gave it to Pirates. Yeah. If you ask me. See, right now, I kind of regret that decision, I'm not going to lie. But
okay, it didn't even depend on the day. It depended on the exact minute that it was asked to you. What the frick?
Depended on the minute, dude.
It's all
I love Pirates, though. Pirates is such a guilty pleasure movie, dude. I do love it. I could throw on Pirates. I might throw on Pirates tonight, dude, and have a great time.
Do it, dude. It's so fun. It's so good.
It beat Social Network, and then beating Indiana Jones, the crazy run. Props to Pirates. Good job, Trent. Let me go back to the Discord. Stop the stream. Oh, it's already stopped? Oh, yeah, I stood up there. Thanks for doing that, guys. That was kind of a fun exercise, eh? So,
Yeah, that was really awesome. Does anyone have anything to say before we wrap this pod up?
I don't think so. I think we're good.
I just want to remind the viewer that Trent doesn't know the difference between Princess Bride and My Princess Diaries.
No, I know about it now. Okay.
Not only completely different tonally, but one of them is
Mrs. Bride has Julia Andrews. Okay, like
Okay, yeah. Trent, why didn't you put Sound of Music on this list?
Oh, I should have.
Dude, I would have read that movie to the top.
Oh, that would be such a good one.
I love that movie.
Or Mary Poppins. I should have thrown Mary Poppins in.
No, I don't miss Mary Poppins. Yeah.
That's insane. Okay, we need to wrap this up. Is there anything else we want to talk about?
No.
Okay, sick. Thank you for listening. We're gonna try to be back next week. Will be posted hopefully by the end of the week. And thanks so much for listening, guys. Peace out and stay safe.
Stay safe.
Stay safe.
Don't get attacked by Batman in the streets, or even worse, Captain Jack Sparrow.